how to add a quiz question to a Menti and have it as a graded quiz for your students. So start in Mentimeter, mentimeter.com, and I'm just going to make a copy of one of my original lectures just so you can see some content in it as well as some adding quiz questions. So I'm going to go click it and then make a duplicate, and it's going to make a duplicate called lecture 1. In this case is going to be, I'm going to rename it lecture 3. And I'm going to add a quiz competition question. These ones are just interactive, just not for grades, just for fun, just to see what people believe or whatever. But these ones actually can go into grades. So I'm going to, and I have fill in the blank, text typing an answer or a multiple choice. So I'm going to click on the select answer, and I'm just going to ask the question 1 plus 1 equals, and I actually want 4 options. So I'm just going to hit add, and for option 1 I'm going to say it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the actual right answer, I'm going to click in here and click on this select correct answers, and this is the correct one, and I need to go to this one and say that it's not a correct one. So this is the correct one. And so that's my first question, and I'm going to put it at the end. And then I'm going to make another one that is an answer type, and I'm going to question is, what color is the sky? And I'm going to say a correct answer. I'm going to put blue. And then just because maybe they'll think it's nighttime, I'm going to add another correct answer that it could be black. And I'm going to make sure on these that I don't have my QR code on there. And then I also can have music playing while when I ask the question. I'm not going to do that just for this presentation, but that's a possibility. And the leaderboard is shows the students and how many points they earn, because it also has kind of a timer. So you can also say that they get more points if they ask it quickly or not. I'm going to turn that off, but you can have a timer going as well, so just to kind of make it fun. All right, so now I'm going to test this out. Just going to see how it looks. They have to put in their name. And then this is kind of just a fun name because they don't have to put for quiz results. We don't want to see, people don't want to see their grades live, and so they can go with the suggested name, or they can make a different one. I'm gonna make mine Billy the Kid, and then I could take the quiz. So then I could go to next question, and then answer, it tells them this is the countdown, and they get to pick, and they're going to pick 2, and I'm going to say everyone's voted, and then they can show that that's the correct answer. So that's how it's supposed to work. So I like it, and then I'm going to go back to my D2L course, and in content area, in a module, I'm going to go existing activities and Mentimeter link, and I'm going to add lecture 3. Here it is, most recent one on top. Select, and I'm going to definitely choose graded. Anonymous means I can't tell attendance, or I can't tell participation, or in this case grades. And so I always recommend you doing grades, and then add Menti. And then I'm going to launch this, and start presentation. There it is. And so now my students are going to join. Okay. And then I'm going to the, oh, did I start back yet? Oh, I want to, no results yet. Okay, so I'm going to go to my slides, muddiest point. They can post things here. I'm just going to skip past this. And then here's questions. There's two players that are ready, and I'm just going to go with the default names. Join quiz and join quiz, and then I'm actually joining with a third one, join quiz. So there's 3 students ready to take the quiz, and I'm going to start the quiz, and I get a countdown, and then everybody has to answer. Okay, everybody's voted. So then it shows the answers and the correct answer automatically, but it waits for everybody to vote, and everybody who's logged on, it knows that it waits until everybody who's logged on has voted. And so there's the answer. Now I'm going to go to the next slide. And we're ready. I'm going to start the quiz when I click it now. And they get a countdown. And by the way, it's not case sensitive. Okay, everybody voted, and therefore it's going to show the correct answer is blue. Somebody said it, but there's also black is accepted. And by the way, if I want to say, yeah, I'm going to let that happen, I can click it, but I'm not. I'm not going to let that happen. So that you have the choice right at the last one. So yeah, I didn't think of that one. Yeah, you're right. That could be correct. But I'm going to leave it wrong. And then I'm going to go to the leaderboard, and it's going to show what points people earned, and it includes the timing. I guess no, I didn't. I didn't include the timing. If I did, that would have gone into effect. And oh, maybe it did a little bit. Yeah, it did a little bit because this was slightly more. And then this guy got it wrong. So that's who won. Snuggles won. And I'm going to end the presentation. I have to hit escape. And then I'm going to go to the results. And I'm going to sync these results. And I'm going to choose quiz results. You can only choose one. But this is a day where I had quiz questions, so that's going to be my results. I'm going to sync the quiz questions. And now when I go to grades, here's lecture 3. ADC test student 2 got both questions wrong. And so didn't earn, even though he was there, didn't earn any points. The other 2 got all the questions right. And that's how to put a quiz in Mentimeter.